everybody, what's going on? I'm Star Gamer. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a good Friday. So today I'm doing something a little different. Occasionally I like to do a drawing stream. I'm not the best artist. I'm still an amateur. I'm getting better, but it is one of those things where it takes time. It takes time to get better, and that's just kind of how art is, right? So I figured, it's been like, when was the last art stream I did? Um, At least last. No, honestly probably longer because I didn't stream any art last year. Last time I streamed art, I was at my old place, so probably would have been like at least 2 years. Yeah, probably been at least 2 years since I did my last art stream. I could probably pull up the post I did on Instagram. Uh, uh, to anyone who is interested in my art, I do post everything on my Instagram account. I don't usually like promote it that much because it's like separate from my gaming stuff, but I do like to draw. It is something that I'm actually trying to get better at. So, well, I guess the last time I did stream, actually, I was drawing characters from Moonstone Island. So that was March 1st, was when I posted that. So yeah, honestly, it hasn't been as long as I thought. It's only been a couple months. But yeah, so, it's been a hot minute. I figured, you know what? Let's do a stream. So if you like this, cool. Let me know. A little thing on YouTube that I noticed, and I don't know why. And I feel stupid because I could not find an art category. So like when you go to do a live stream, you can set the category that your video is related to. And when I was setting it up on XSplit, I didn't see an art tab, drawing tab, creative crafts, any sort of thing like that. I saw no option like that. The closest one I saw was like film and animation. So I was like, I'm not doing animation. I'm not doing films, but like I can draw stuff from that. So like I guess, but they don't really have a category for that. And then when I set up my stream, I checked like the category on my computer. Maybe like the lists were just different. Maybe it's hard to navigate. But I didn't see it. Um, so if there is, and I just somehow overlooked it, let me know, or if there's something I have to do. But for now, I just had to set it to film and animation. I don't know why. That seems like a drastic oversight, especially since I don't know artists, but I've watched a handful of artists on YouTube. So what am I missing? I'm probably dumb, but it should be obvious, right? Like I shouldn't be struggling to find a category under the category section. That's all I'm saying. Um, but yeah, I'm excited to get into this. I'll have some music playing in the background. I have it turned off right now, so because like I like to have the music on display, so people can see it. This is all like I think royalty free or whatever it is. I don't know how it's going to impact YouTube. I know it's fine for streaming on Twitch, but I'm not sure how this is going to affect the VOD, which is also why I have it muted right now. So if some moments get muted and stuff like that, I apologize during the stream. I don't know. This is kind of a test run. I haven't actually I haven't recorded an art stream before, so I don't know how this is going to turn out. Experimenting, but hopefully it's all good. I believe most of these songs are fine. I do have like kind of a list I've been kind of like building throughout the past few months that I've been streaming and stuff because I do like to have music in the background, but also the Spotify thing that I have for my stream works like 2% of the time. So I would spend like 20 minutes or so every stream trying to get it to work, and often it wouldn't. So I just stopped having music because it just wasn't working. But it somehow worked today, so music should be displayed. I did pause it, so there's a good chance that did break the displaying of the music. I don't know. Hopefully it didn't, but yeah. But yeah, we're gonna draw today. I don't know what. I actually don't know what. Uh, but let me hop on over. Let me hit play on the old music, and we'll begin. So yeah, you can hopefully see what music's playing. I have it transparent right now. I'm trying my webcam for this. I don't know if I would need the webcam if I'm being honest. Mostly because like I'm gonna be looking down. Like I'm gonna try to have better posture because I have pretty bad posture. I mean, come on, we're artists. Artists will have bad posture all the time. I'm trying to get better at it, but it, it is an issue, right? So I'll try to be looking forward. Try to. I'll look it up. But there's a good chance that you will be looking at my ball spot for a good portion of the stream, but hopefully that's not the case. Um, but let's get into it. So what should I draw? Like if like I have a slight idea. I was thinking about maybe to start. I need to make a thumbnail for my art streams, right? So maybe I'll work on making a pretty thumbnail for that, like just like a nice little display that I can use to like show, hey, this is my art stream. Episode 1, 2, 3, that sort of thing, right? So maybe I'll do that. And then we'll kind of just go from there. So, if it's going to be a thumbnail, it'll probably need to be 1280 by 720. Let me do that out. Like you can't really see like the dimensions, but bear with me. 1280, 720. I'll label this as uh, stream thumbnail art. All right. As I said, I'm not the best artist. I've been learning as I go, and um, I I do most of my stuff traditionally, and I know from experience that drawing on the tablet is a shift. Like it is something I have to get used to, and I do have carpal tunnel and an arthritis in my hand, so I have to be very cautious on my posture and all that sort of stuff. So bear with me. You know, still getting used to stuff. Let's have a pencil. Um, yeah, it's fine. So let's get some layers in there. So So as some of you guys may know, like I do all my artwork for my streams. I've done my all of my various logos throughout the year. I did all my streams like setup, like artwork and all that. Um, so and like if you looked at it recently, I'm liking a lot of like I like blue. Like my logo is like a blue star with like a yellow in there because yellow contrasts well with blue. Um, But recently, I've been adding a lot of pink, like almost like a pinkish, like galaxy kind of looks and stuff. So I kind of want to implement that to this. So what I could do is either add a text layer with like the art stream on it, and then maybe draw over it to kind of like simulate some sort of font. I can also just try drawing it as is. So let's start with that, and I'll kind of see where I'm feeling. So I'm gonna raise the stability a little bit so I don't have to be as still. Okay, I don't love that. I made the curve of the R a little too long. That part looks good though. R's are weird. That okay. I don't mind that. I can clean that up a little bit. I was gonna try to add like a fun little like tail, but it might look too much like a J. Art. Not loving that. Okay. S's are so weird. Like if like I don't know, they have like a weird like curve to them, right? Where like if they're not done well, they look off. It also doesn't help that I also just don't have the best handwriting. Something like that. You know, kind of balloon stuff a little bit. Oops. I was trying something there. And I didn't realize how like really difficult S's are to draw and make them actually look decent. Hmm. That's very odd. Give me a second, kind of stretch out my wrists a little bit. Yeah, I hope everyone's having a pretty good Friday today, though. Hope everyone's having a pretty chill day. My day's been going pretty well, honestly. Uh, so some headaches here and there, like So I'm on quetiapine for being bipolar, and I brought my medications in like Monday to get filled, and it's now Friday, and they weren't done yet. Apparently, like the doctor didn't get it, and the doctor didn't fax back. It's just a whole headache. I managed to get a couple to hold me over, but the annoying thing is that like when it does end up getting refilled, for some reason they refill the prescription that the pharmacy made to hold me over, rather than the prescription that the doctor does for me. So instead of getting my full, I think I take two a day for 30 days. So I get like 60 quetiapine a day or a month. Um, and they gave me 14 to hold me over for like a week. Um, so the only thing is, I'm guessing is that I'm gonna have to get them to like when they actually do fill the prescriptions, they're gonna give me 14 again instead of 30, which is just frustrating. Um, like I've had the issue before, so I know that's going to be a headache that I'm going to have to deal with in the future. But yeah, that's frustrating. I feel like I need like a maybe a better or different tablet stand. Maybe this is just like at an angle that hurts a little too much. You know what? Let me try something for the S. Let me try it on a new layer. If I go like this, let's say. Honestly, I don't hate that. Take that. We'll copy and paste. Like there. Um, and then I use that as the basis for the S. And honestly, I think that should be wider to match the center here. Kind of like that. Oops. I don't know why I'm trying to draw that. I can just merge this down. I don't know why I'm being dumb about this. Merge the layer below. Grab the old eraser tool. Just clean that up a little bit. I'm not too worried about the odd eraser mark because this is just like the rough sketch. Getting the layout down. Okay. We'll then balloon up T. think just this E as just an E is just bad. So let's just they're not loving that. Also, if I wanted to, I could just probably copy this R and T. E's always look like a face at like the side profile. Like this is like an eye. This is like a mouth here. Hmm. Not loving the E though. Like people who are really good at making like fonts and stuff like that. Like I have such a like respect for people like that because like it is surprisingly difficult to make fonts and have them look good. Like I did take a bit of like a font art course when I was in college, and it was definitely like an eye opening like experience. Hi there, Milk. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a good day today. Not loving this A. Yeah, my day's going pretty well. No real complaints. Just doing a bit of an art stream today. Figure I start by making the thumbnail. Yeah, that's awful. Yeah, not the best at fonts. Like I could just grab a font somewhere, but I like making my own. But you know what? Let's actually look at the font options we have. Maybe I can use some of them as inspiration because I am going off my head, and uh, so for some who probably don't know, I have what's known as like aphantasia. So I don't see images in my brain. It is just black darkness up here, or whatever it is I'm looking at. So I have a tendency of like kind of running laps with myself because like essentially what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to like mold uh what I'm drawing as if it's clay. And sometimes that can work well, but because I don't like I can know what like the letter A will look like, but without like a reference for it, my brain is just like I know it looks like that, but it has a hard time exaggerating parts of it or uh like kind of stepping out of my comfort zone with how I know the letter to look, if that makes sense. Um, so honestly, yeah, maybe I'll grab a look at some fonts. Um, oh, you have affectation as well? Yeah, it's definitely one of those things where I didn't realize I had it until I heard some people talking about it. I was like, oh, doesn't everyone see stuff like that? Um, And like I had a moment when I was in high school where sometimes what did I do? So yeah, like when I was in high school, I could imagine a little bit. So I was able to just slightly, uh, like, um, see stuff in my mind, and I could kind of like manipulate whatever it is I was looking at. So like, I could imagine like a person, and then I could put like, I could put like, change their hair color, body build, whatever. I could do that, but I couldn't keep it in my head for long. And then at some point that ability left. I could not do that anymore. I cannot do that. It sounds like a bad thing for an artist, but it's not. And I'll get into why that is. You have to kind of work with it. And I'll get into how I do that. But um, yeah. So like I used to be able to do that, but looking back on my childhood and stuff, I realized that like, when people are like count sheeps, I just counted in my head and that never worked because now I'm just doing math. Uh, yeah, I have an Instagram where I post all my stuff. It should be in the description. Of yeah, you're on YouTube, so it should be in the description of this video. My Instagram. But yeah, I mostly do traditional stuff and been practicing a lot of portraits recently. Um, but yeah, I don't know. It was one of those things where like once I learned about it. Hey, Austin, praise cat, yeah. You know what? Maybe I'll draw a Golbat with like the tongue sticking out today. That may be fun. Classic Golbat. But yeah, it was just one of those things where once I realized what aphantasia was, I was able to better like, understand how to work with it. And I find if you have aphantasia, so like there's different stages, right? Let me pull up like the name so I'm not like butchering this. So there's like people's like normal ability to see stuff. So that's known as like hyperphantasia, where you can see stuff vividly. Like you think of an apple, it's there. You can look at it. You can like my wife can do this. She can be like, I can say imagine an apple, and boom, it's in her head. And I'll like change the color green, and she can change it green. Like uh, she can do that super super well. Uh, and it's one of those things where like that's so cool. I see black static. Like then there's Fantasia, which is you can kind of see like kind of like a out like a rough shadowy image of it kind of thing. I don't really have any examples of this. There's Hyperphantasia, where you can kind of get like an outline of something but not see it. So best example would maybe be like imagine a cartoon where people run and like they're not they're gone but you still see their outline. That's what I imagine that to look like. Oh, combat abs on the tongue. Oh God, no! It's horrible. Okay, don't know if I can, but I can try. Yeah, and then there's aphantasia, where you just think nothing. It is nothing up here for me. But I learned what does help me if you're trying to be an artist. One, be patient. Right, it is a skill that you have to learn. But two, I've learned that write what you want your image to be. Because like it's not like you don't have an imagination. You just can't visualize stuff in your mind. But you can visualize stuff with words. Um, also, hello. I'm just gonna call you Strawberry because that's a long ass name. Hi, Strawberry. But um, so like if you want to draw like say a cat, you would write down not just the word cat, but like very maybe black cat with like a white spot on its head, maybe licking its paw. Um, maybe you want to capture the moment before it, like maybe it's about to spot something, so maybe it might be reacting to that. Write down what you want it to look like, and that way you have like a word visual of what to draw. I don't know. I find that helps me. You know what? I think this Roxwell font is kind of what I'm looking for roughly. So let me. I almost just spelled Rockwell. Art, and then. But yeah, it's definitely something that I've had to get used to, and for a while, it got to me like pretty bad, right? Because I'm like, oh, I can't be an artist because I can't see stuff. But now that I'm getting used to like how to like better work with it, I'm becoming a bit more confident with it. And I'm still taking time to like learn and all that. Maybe I'll draw the god tier Golbat as a cat. That might be fun. Maybe something like this. Any other fun fonts before I commit? Like that's the boldness that I like. This was kind of what I was going for. Ow! I forgot I had a thing. I like the twirl in my chair when I'm thinking. Mm, too blocky. In my mind, I was thinking like a candy cane look for some reason. Ooh, well, I like the boldness of that. That's fun. I'm also dyslexic, so I'm very picky when it comes to fonts. Ooh. Oh yeah, snap. I'm working on a logo for something, and I was debating on using Snap for that. Honestly, don't hate it. And this is what I mean when it comes to like, I have such an appreciation for people who make fonts because like for me, like it's it because it's so hard for me to like step out of that comfort zone of this is how the letter E should look. Looking at this, it makes perfect sense. I can read this. I know that's an E. But in my mind, if I were to draw that or create that, my brain would just be like, "That's not right. That's not how you do an E. Go back to school." So I don't know. I have such a appreciation for this stuff. Wide Latin. Hmm. Fonts are fun. That's kind of fun. So if anyone is curious, for my Nicer Gamer logo, the Nicer Gamer part of it is AR Destiny. That's the font I use for that. If anyone one was curious. Hmm. Honestly, I think I kind of like that copper black. Honestly, I don't hate it. That was kind of like the bubbly look I was going for. Um, you know what? Let's go with that, and I'll work off it. Copper black. Okay. So this is what I was working with before. And this is what I'm working with now. Yeah, kind of like that. Hello, Mario. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a good day today. Okay. Yeah, I think I kind of like that. Let's work off of this. Let's move these up to the top so they're not taking up everything. But now I have something that I want to kind of base my font off of. The song's bumping. What one's this? Cyber World by Glitch City. Nice. Let's go pen. So for an indie show I'm a part of. Oh, that's awesome. That's really cool. What pen do I like? I tend to like the turn up pen. That was fun. I'm not sure if that's what I want to go for this. Textured pen? Okay. Kind of like that, honestly. I like that. Okay. Yeah, that's awesome. I'm glad you chose my stream just to kind of chill too to do some writing. Copies paragraph. I don't want to throw it too much because this is honestly I appreciate you trying not to promote stuff, but yeah, that's awesome. You know what? I'm all about people just being like, hey, I'm a part of this cool thing, and I do appreciate you not just be like, hey, advertisement, and then bouncing. But yeah, that's awesome though. Hope your writing session's going well. I've worked on a few YouTube stuff back in my day, and I know sometimes writing sessions can either be really good and you're like, yeah, making progress, and other times you might as well just, not be there. That is awful. Why am I so bad with S's? It is. Wow, I am. S's are tough, y'all. Yeah, I mostly do uh, traditional stuff myself. Um, and like my wife got me this drawing tablet a couple years ago, so I've been trying to get better at drawing on tablet. But it is a different skill, right? Like it is a different it's not just like you could be a good like traditional artist and still struggle on a tablet just because it is such a different medium. Um, oh, I'm using the eraser. That explains it. You know what? I'm lazy. Uh, okay, and it would help if I actually did that. Okay, and whoop. Does my art pile change? Yeah, honestly. Mostly because like I'm getting used to like in a way it does, in a way it doesn't, right? Like I'm still learning, so your art style is gonna change all the time, right? Um, as you grow and learn and all that kind of stuff. But how I approach my art stays the same, but the tools I use are different, right? Like I don't have this type of pen in real life, so obviously that different tool is like, oh, I don't have this, so I can experiment with this a bit more. And I do find like digital stuff more easily experimented with, right? Because I can experiment with this, and if I don't like it, I know some time, which time is your most valuable resource. But I'm also learning. Um, um, but I'm not out money or resources or anything like that, right? So like I feel like when it comes to like digital art, you can be a bit more experimental. You can try different things out, and just dabble here and there a bit more and see how that treats you. How long have I been doing art? I've been drawing since I was a kid, but after being relentlessly bullied and mocked and that sort of stuff, I got out of it. Um, so I was like, I didn't get back into it until 2019 ish. I got kind of inspired to draw a Pidgey one day, and I was like, I like this. I'm gonna post it online, and then I kept drawing since. But yeah, I've been drawing off and on for a while, and then stopped because just people were being assholes. High school, Um, and then I got back into it, and I was like, I'm not gonna quit. I'm gonna keep. I'm gonna stick with this. I don't care what people think. Once you kind of hit like your mid to late 20s, you start to realize that don't I don't really care what people think. I thought I didn't really care what people thought of me when I was in high school, but looking back, I clearly did. Now it's like I love art. I love drawing. I love all that kind of stuff. And if people think of me as creepy or weird or anything like that because I just like something, so be it. I don't need those people in my life, right? Um, not tools, but I barely use them. Yeah, and a lot of not using tools like that is because you don't want to waste them. Because art supplies are not fucking cheap. I just bought a set of Copic markers. I want to say a month or two ago, I got them as a gift for my birthday. So I was like, hey, pick something else. I was like, cool. I need skin-colored markers because my other alcohol markers are awful for skin color. It looks like melted flesh. Let's get something maybe better. Let's try the Copic brand, and honestly, I can see why they're popular. Not a shadow or anything. They are stupidly overpriced. But now that I got them, it's like they're like $60 for like 6 markers. If I don't, if it doesn't turn out, that's so much money. So yeah, I totally get not using stuff. Man, I did not expect my random ass art stream to get like so many people. This is more people I've had in a chat in uh 10 years. Damn. Also, hi everyone. Hello Cora. Um, uh, Addie, I did address your thing. Um, Also, what I'm loving, none of you guys are trying to sell me your art or trying to scam me. This is lovely. I get so many art scammers. It is ridiculous. So this is nice. Hello. This is very exciting. It's a good day. And who said to keep doing what you're doing art? Oh, Cora. Yeah. Honestly, I really do. I really do appreciate that. And yeah, like, it is a thing where now that I'm older, uh, and I acknowledge that like some people will still look at me sitting by the beach sketching random things as creepy or weird or whatever. Um, but I don't care, right? Like it is a skill that I need to develop, and being able to draw people on the move. If you've never done that, it is hard. I still can't do it. Like it is a challenging thing to do. Um, um, But like, one of my favorite things to do now, because I'm old, I'm 30. I like to just sit on my porch with my sketchbook and just draw. I've been trying to draw every Pokemon. I recently drew Unknown like a month ago. Um, but yeah, I've been trying to draw every Pokemon, starting from Gen 1, then moved to Gen 2, Gen 3, and so on. Currently at Gen 2. Who's next? I think it's Wobbuffet. I think Wobbuffet has to draw next. But yeah, I just kind of sit on my porch, do a doodle. Um, and thank you, No, for saying you hope I get bigger. Thank you. Yeah, I've been like streaming off and on for like 10 years or so. Like streaming, doing YouTube stuff, that sort of thing. Oh, that looks awful. This is why I like digital art. If I fuck up, it costs me nothing. Yeah, I draw Pokemon. Uh, I drew all 151 Pokemon plus a couple extras in there because I was bored. Uh, and I drew the first 150. A lot of time I did use like card art as reference, and in my like, Instagram posts I did like references use this artist, that sort of stuff. Because like most of those were just because I was outside, sitting outside. I wanted to improve, so I would sit down and pick like a Pokemon, and I just kind of kept going. um, so like now I'm trying to do like my own creative poses, but initially I was just like, you know what, for fun, I'm outside, 30 minutes, let's draw them on. Um, but you'd be a full time art streamer because if so, I would want to join the streams. I don't know full time art streamer. I mostly do gaming content actually on Twitch. Once again, links are in the descriptions and stuff below. Um, Thank you, Cora, for following. That's so kind of you. Yeah, most of the time I do gaming stuff, and occasionally I'll sprinkle in the odd art stream here and there. And it's one of those things where most of the time I get like 0 people in my art streams. Um, so it's one of those things where honestly most of the time I get like 0 people in my streams in general. But it's one of those things where I enjoy art, but I wasn't super confident in my abilities yet. I didn't want people to be like, "Oh, you suck," because I know that I knew. Yeah, Uh, so, for me, doing what makes me happy is very important. Be a full time streamer. But yeah, like I do stream 3 times a week. I wanted to add more art streams into my schedule, which is why I kind of have like whatever Fridays, because sometimes I want to stream art, sometimes I want to stream a different game. It's just one of those things where I never know what I want to stream, what I want to draw, and uh, but yeah, I don't know if I'll be full time art streamer, but part time at least. I'm technically a part time streamer as it is. Mostly just do it for fun. Uh, uh, but yeah, I stream like 3 times a week though, various different games and stuff. Now that's not my favorite type of A. I don't know, but maybe I'll try it. That looks more like a D. Yeah, that looks like a D. That's awful. Yeah, as I've said, I've been like streaming off and on and doing YouTube stuff for like 10 years now. Um, like I did it a lot when I was in high school, and then when I went to college, I stopped because I couldn't handle the stress of college and streaming and all that kind of stuff. So I had to pick one or the other. And typical to kind of the algorithm and stuff. Like I did stream occasionally, but I couldn't do it full time like I was. Um, so like typical of kind of the streaming YouTube world is that once you take like even like a week break, like your numbers do like drop, unfortunately. And that kind of stuff that happened to me, where I would take a break for life stuff or whatever, and then when I came back to it, but my numbers went from like pretty decent at the time to just like half the amount. And if I took a month off for whatever reason, even less and less. So it's one of those things where I kind of just always just accepted that I wouldn't get big just because I'm not as frequent as everyone else. Um, but I still enjoy streaming. I grew up with like my mom and stuff, always watching me play video games and stuff. So it's one of those things where I kind of just like kind of got used to having an audience when I stream or like when I play games. So when I started, doing so when I was in when I was in high school and started having doing let's plays at the time. Um, it felt kind of natural because like I was so used to doing it. And granted, at the time I didn't realize that's basically what I was like why it felt so natural for me to do. But yeah, um, yeah. Um, Sorry, lost my train of thought. ADHD brain kicked in, and I got distracted by coloring this in. Yeah, hope everyone's having a good day today, though. I appreciate all the love. Okay, someone needs to be banned. That's annoying because I was having a good time and someone had to be a dick. Report. Let's see. Harassment. Uh, report harassment. And then move. Oh. How do I just. Okay. Unfortunately, I don't have money to pay people to edit and stuff. So not at the moment. All right. But yeah, I appreciate the offer, but it's one of those things where I don't really have money to pay people. Um, and I'm not someone who's like, oh, you know, I'll take work for free. That's not who I am. Um, so yeah, I do appreciate the offer though. Maybe if I actually start making money off this, I'll look for an editor. But for now, I don't love editing, but I just do like quick stuff. It takes me like 10 minutes. um, hey there, dude. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a good day. Sorry, got distracted. People were being idiots. But you know what? I haven't gotten any art scammers so far, so honestly, it's been a pretty good day. Uh, how did art scam work? Okay, so someone will join your stream and they almost sound like actual people, right? They'll be like, "Hi, hello, yo," something like that. And then when you respond, not all the time. Sometimes they'll just automatically go to like their next message. But when you respond, say, "Hey, hello, whatever it is." Hi, Zoe. Goodbye, Zoe. Um, when they do show up, they'll be like, they'll say something along those lines. Hey, hello, yo, that sort of thing. And then they'll be like, how are you? Hope you're having a good day, something like that. They'll also often follow you immediately because they think that's going to get you to buy their shit. Um, and initially, because I'm an artist, I will look at people's artwork. I can't afford to pay people for art because I'm broke. Um, but I do like supporting other artists. So if I do see people's artwork, I'm like, hey, I like your stuff. I'll probably give people a follow. So at the time, I was like, okay, I'll look at your stuff. And then you look at their stuff and you go, oh, it's clearly not an actual like you can tell they're a scam just because of one how varied their art styles are. Like they'll have like fully rendered stuff, and then they'll have like I don't know. It's clearly something either AI or something that's very like yeah, very AI art. Where like I'm not saying that people can't have multiple different styles, right? But it's one of those things where you can definitely see inconsistencies between their art styles. And it's like, oh, okay. And then sometimes I'll like Google like an image and find that like that same artwork was posted elsewhere, and that sort of stuff's like, okay, these are clearly people trying to scam people, and it's almost convincing. But if you look at their art for longer than 2 seconds, and you realize, okay, there's a lot of weird stuff here that doesn't quite line up with what they're trying to claim. Um, and a lot of the time too, they'll try to be like, oh, and like they target me because I'm a smaller streamer, right? So they're like, oh, I can scam this person very easily. So they come into my stream, they'll be like, oh, I see you have, uh, oh, you're not very big. I love your stuff, even though they've never been to my stream before. I'm pretty bad with names. They're not gonna lie, but I typically do remember people for the most part. I might not remember the conversation, but I'll most likely remember that you were here. Um, so and of course, like Twitch at the time will do like first time commenters, so that helps me know that they're new. Um, so they'll be like, I love your streams, blah blah blah. You know, hey, you want to get bigger? Give me money, and we'll make you bigger. And it's like, no, I'm not paying you to scam me go away. But yeah, they're like they come across as being almost legit, and then if you look at their stuff, it's kind of obvious. I mean, at least to me, like, and like with how inconsistent their art style is, it's one of those things where like you can have different art styles. Like you can draw like more traditional stuff and draw anime and stuff like that. But a lot of the time, people's line work would be similar. People's like, you know, how they go about it would be similar, right? Um, so when you see such vastly different art styles, different palettes, plus all the other issues that AI tends to have, you start to realize that okay, they're just scammers. It's sad, but it is what it is. But yeah, just always look out for that stuff. I also tend to get like people trying to do follow, so they'll follow me on like on Twitter and be like, "Hey, I followed you, follow me back." And they're also scammers because you can tell that they're like the basically the same type of like art stuff, art scammers. And yeah, honestly, don't really do follow stuff. Like I don't at least because it sounds like a good idea, but you don't really gain anything from it. Because like what you essentially gain is a hollow number. You get like, hey, I got +1 to my stats, but that +1 is actually a lie. It just looks like you got +1, but in reality, that person's never going to come to your streams. That person's never going to interact with your posts. They're never going to engage with your stuff. They're just after that +1. Um, so yeah, I don't usually do that sort of thing. Okay, let's widen this a little bit more. Oh, did that on the wrong layer. How much do I care? I got a plan. Chew. Drag you down. Um, I'm going to then erase this one. Oh, oh, did I somehow cut it by mistake and I'm just incredibly really smart? That can't be so. There we go. Fix. Let's see. How's this looking? Okay, I'm liking that. Now let's add color. What's that showing from? Is that showing from here? It is. I thought I tried erasing you. Go away. You're not welcome. I think I kind of like the flowiness of this. I don't like that. I think I kind of like the flowiness of that. Um, yeah, let's start adding color. New layer. Nope. Nope. Well, I guess I should probably choose what I want the background color to be. That's fine. I'll figure it out later. Pick oil paint. Let's try like red. See how that looks. Okay. Oops. They like the oil paint. So I think as I was, so like a lot of my most recent art, especially for like YouTube stuff and like my streams, I'm trying to go with like that galaxy kind of look. So I do a lot of like pinks and like light, vibrant like galaxy star colors. So think what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do that in the background, right, to kind of help highlight stuff a bit more, and then I kind of want the art stream text to be kind of candy cane like. I'm not sure how I'm gonna like it. Excuse me, but I think it might be fun. So like, just have like a solid color and then like stripes of something else essentially. So let's go like pink. Feel like a pink, a nice light pink. Okay, that was not great for initial layer. So we'll go like that's not as bright as I would like. Oh, new layer, kind of like that. Something else I had inspiration for. Let me pull it up. I don't know if other people had this, but where I live in Canada, there's a show when I was a kid called Art Attack. I want to see that logo. That was something that I was thinking of for this thing. Um, that was not what I remembered it being. Oh, I forgot that. The talking statue head? The talking bus? Fucking nightmare field. Nope. Nope. Okay. No, that's not what I remembered it being. That's always fun. Alright. Um, okay. So, alright, in that case, I kind of like that. Um, let's make those all pink. Actually, I have a better plan. Undo, undo. Oops. That was not part of my plan. Or totally was. Totally meant to click the wrong thing. Let's shrink this. So this is very much my art process, in all honesty. I just kind of go with the flow. So, like, I didn't know like how entertaining that would be for people. Like I have like a rough idea, then I just kind of wing it. Okay, we'll shrink that. Then I'll add the color. It has like a little thin like black line. That. Um, like so. And then we'll do the same for the stream. Um, I never noticed there's a little pixel that is not colored in. Look at that. Just a little tiny pixel. Okay. Though that might actually add a little something to my art. Let's switch the color. You know, like as Bob Ross says, happy accidents. I might be able to work with this. I was already thinking about helps if I do the thing that I wanted to do. Shrink. Okay. There's that. Okay, next. Um, sorry, my brain was buffering. Okay. Now, now we'll go with the oil paint because I liked how that was layering. Or the opacity, or not opacity, like the brush size. Let's say like 20. Yeah. how's it working now? Do you think it's fixed? Okay. Yeah, it might have just been like a YouTube issue. It could have just been a um, my end. Maybe things were running a little too hard. Um, yeah, hopefully things cleared up. Um, but yeah, so that was my uh, YouTube rant. Because there is definitely an issue with copyright on YouTube. Um, Definitely an avenue where people can scam people, and YouTube is. I hope they're not oblivious to it, but when I brought up the conversation on Twitter, on Twitter, it was very much like we take it very seriously, and if you lie, you can lose your account and that sort of stuff. And it's like not what I was talking about. But thank you for your automated bullshit response. Um, but yeah, it's definitely an avenue where people could definitely and probably have scam people using it, and YouTube does nothing. But yeah, what should I draw? Let's just start a new thingy. Let's name it. Uh, Drawing, stream, sketches. Actually, do I have a drawing stream sketch folder already, or a file? This does seem to be. All right. Sketches. Oh, I misspelled drawing. And YouTube promotes here for being. YouTube promotes her for being a contact thief. I don't know who you're referring to. Uh, we'll go like I don't know, 1080 by 1080. That is not. All right, nice blank page. Yeah, I don't know. I've had a lot of issue with like YouTube copyright stuff. Uh, Back in the day, which is honestly part of the reason why I stopped doing a lot of like reviews and stuff because I used to do like game reviews. Was there was one I did a game review for Araya, Castlevania Araya of Sorrow for the Game Boy. Um, and I was using like free editing software, and that didn't work out too great. But worked pretty hard. I worked like I recorded footage for the game. 2 weeks of like recording, writing, all that sort of stuff. Uploaded the video, and immediately it was like, this is hit by copyright. You don't own anything of this, and blah blah blah. And I had to be like, so I was like, okay, I'll, you know, it's like remove this scene or face consequences kind of thing. Okay, remove that scene, and got hit again and again for just random scenes where it's like just me talking or maybe a little scene of the game. It's like this is getting kind of stupid, and this was like 10 years ago. Uh, but I don't think they had like a very good like copyright like argument system set up. You just kind of had to just shrug and take it, and that made me kind of not want to uh, make content. So I kind of stopped making like game reviews, which is sad because I actually did enjoy that aspect, and I kind of want to get back into it. But it's one of those like having to deal, working like 2 weeks on something only for basically a random on the internet to be like, oh yeah, I did that. That's my work now. Is kind of frustrating. And I actually feel bad for like the bigger content creators who like maybe pay people to pay editors or pay actors and stuff like that for their stuff, only to have like some random person just claim that they did it, and then they lose out on like a couple weeks worth of revenue. Like basically, like if you appeal something, it has a month. Like the person who you're appealing against has a month to basically react to it. And typically the scammers aren't going to react, but they are going to wait out that full month. So you basically lose out on like a month of revenue for posting your video because, you know, they just didn't do anything. And I don't know like if you get that back, but it is kind of just a silly little thing. Like as I said though, like I haven't really made any money at all doing YouTube stuff, so I don't fully know how that works. But it is definitely stupid that people can kind of take advantage of that. You know what though? Let's do some drawing. Let's do some fun draws. Since a while ago, one of my regulars mentioned drawing Golbat. Let's do a Golbat. They did mention drawing it with the tongue and giving the tongue abs. I'm not sure if I'm mentally prepared to do that, but you know we can see. So, Golbat is very pill shaped. Fairly big wings, big mouth. I do love the Ken Sugimori artwork of it though. It's so goofy. I love it. No, just because I don't add people to my Discord. If you like want to post it on like send it to me on like Twitter or something. My Twitter is Nightstar Gamer. Yeah, I've had issues with not saying that this is you, but I've had issues in the past of being stalked and stuff online. That's honestly good for you. Don't use Twitter. It sucks. Like I've literally only used it to post like when I'm going live. But I've had issues in the past of being stalked and stuff. One of the reasons I stopped streaming a while ago, and then doing YouTube stuff, and that made me very like cautious when it comes to like having people like message me and stuff. But yeah, thank you. You'd be surprised on how many people get very upset when I say no. Okay. Why would they stalk you? I have no idea. Um, it was just one of those things where like they would. Fortunately, it wasn't like I have had people stalk me in real life, but that's a different situation. Uh, but it was like they kind of like they would like spam me constantly in like Discord, spam me constantly on like on on Steam and various other things. They would uh like it's hard to explain like everything that they did, but it was one of those things where like the occasional message is fine, but when it's like constantly like, hey, what are you doing? Listen to me. Why are you ignoring me? That sort of stuff, and constantly following every action I do. That's where it's like, ooh, okay, ick, no. Have I played Lethal Company? No. I've watched a few people play it. I would like to play it, but that feels like one of those games where I would like to find people to play it with, and I haven't found a group yet. I would like to do more collaborative streams, but that's one of those things where it's kind of hard to find other streamers who want to stream, especially with me being a smaller streamer. You typically got to find smaller people. and it's not always easy to um, find people to collaborate with. But I do look out for people. Like I do message people, stuff like that. I got some things to work with someone, but they're going through some life stuff right now, so I can't really say much. But what else things? I would like to do more. Uh, no worries right now. I don't actually own the game. Um, but like it is one of those games where I kind of know it. I watched like Markiplier play it, Pro Jared play it. I want to say Peanut Butter Gamer. I think he did a couple videos of it. It's like and cause I'm Dan Jones. I've seen them play it. So it's one of those things where I know the gist of it. It's just I've never played. Let's see. Um, add the wings. Add that in. Uh, Not like in the wing placement. Real good. That's unfortunate. I've gone through so many Nintendo DSs and 3DSs. Not gonna lie, like that's one of my favorite like handheld consoles. That was a DS and 3DS. Good lord, do they break easy? Um, Give the guy some ears. Shit's so expensive. Yeah. Like, fortunately, mine broke when you can still buy them in stores. Now I'm guessing you gotta pay like you know, retro console prices. But yeah, they're like I still have my original DS, um, but it is so damaged. Like this is my original DS, but like this part has been glued together. Like it's completely like floppy. Like it still works, surprisingly. But I went through like I think two different DSs because my cats like to spill water on them. Also, 3DSs are not waterproof. I think this ear should be like this a bit more. Yes, in Japan at a retro shop. That's unfortunate. At the tongue. How does the tongue really move with the Golbat? Like how so like in like the Kansuki Mori art, it's like horizontally in between the teeth. Okay. Thank you for going. Thanks for the stream. You're a chill spot. Thank you. Yeah, have a good day, and thank you for stopping by. I really do appreciate it. How do you draw a tongue? Oh, it's 12:30 for you. Dang. All right, see ya. Have a good night. Yeah. How do you draw a tongue? It's like a flat cylinder, but wet. Question of the day: how wet do you think a Golbat's tongue is? Honestly, that picture from Pokemon Snap is okay. Okay, that's giving me some ideas. So like, zip, 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 zip. Yep, that's horrifying enough. As teeth in, like that. It also has like a very weird leg. It kind of like dangles down. It's kind of like a weird like noodle. The other leg would probably be behind his tongue. Not loving those. So where are Golbat's eyes kind of located? So this would be the center of his face. So this would be like the center, right about here. They're kind of like off to the side and oddly like pretty close to the mouth. So yeah, kind of like here, and then like that, and the tongue, or like not tongue, the wings. Let's say this is going back head here. The wings look like they're coming from directly the side, not the back. So I think this would be the side here, and then kind of like here-ish on that side. So and his wing kind of does this. So it kind of has a curve, and then it kind of curves like that. That's interesting to note. Because in my brain, I kept on trying to do like that, and that's not his wing design. Anything else I should note? Um, it does have two stripes kind of coming in like this and like this from like the center. All right. So where would I want this wing? That's the question. It would kind of just be like flying in place, right? So his wings wouldn't be like out like he's like floating, but they'd be maybe kind of back. I can't put my arms back that way because they don't bend that way. But it'd probably be like flapping. So they would probably have a bit of like a curve to them. Also, thank you to who's hitting the heart button so much. I wonder if there's a way that I can set that up to pop up on like stream. Yeah, I appreciate that. So, what are some other keynotes? So yeah, it kind of like connects to the. So there's kind of like three kind of arches to the membrane of the wing. I think that's what that purple part would be called. Kind of like this. That kind of thing. And then that. Yeah, I'll do a actual Golbat, and then I'll do a meme Golbat with like the ab tongue. Every time I say an ab tongue, it gives me the ick, and I don't love it, but I'm gonna do it. kind of looks in a perspective of where it would be. All right, how am I feeling with this? I don't hate it. Okay, we'll start working on the actual layer then. What would be a fun pen? Now, for anyone new here who's just kind of hanging out, I really like using pen in my art. I'm not great with it, but I do like using pen. There's something very like satisfying about it. So what would be a good pen for this? Gel pen? Ooh, kind of like that. That kind of like sketchy feel, but that like uh can't think of the term, but like how it kind of like starts bold and gets like thin. Kind of like that. How about like just a regular gel pen? No, like it's nice, but it's too round. The mapping pen is nice. The mapping pen might be nice if I wanted to add like speed to it. You know, it would also work for like a kind of like Chinese painting. If you guys know like what I'm referring to, so like that wouldn't look too bad. Kind of like that kind of thing. Uh, Try the turn up pen real quick. The turn up pen is probably one of my favorites. Uh, 10. So the kind of let's see how this looks. I don't know. Not loving it for this artwork, to be honest. Let's try the real gel pen. Hmm. You know what? Not feeling it now. Think I'll go with the mapping pen. It kind of has that like that feel I'm going for. I'm also gonna raise the stability because my wrist. Let's take a second. I could also try a marker. And do these kind of feel nice? Ooh. Don't hate the felt tip. Dot pen. Don't really love that too much. Millet. Okay. Yeah, we can try the felt pen. appreciate that. So yeah, if it was just hanging out with chat, have you guys been playing any games recently? Anything new or anything that's been like on your to play shelf for the past little bit? I've been playing through Tactic Ogres Reborn. I started playing it a bit last year and then kind of fell off it a little bit, but then got back into it this year. So I've just been playing through that, which has been pretty fun. As some of you guys may have saw, I've been streaming Aviotic Factor quite a bit, and that's been really fun to play through. Maybe I should turn the page. Maybe I can get like a better. Or, yeah. More. Yeah, I've been playing through Aviotic Factor on stream, and that's been pretty fun. I'll probably like change it up for a little bit since I don't want people getting bored. So I'll probably play something different next week. But yeah, that game's been pretty fun. Um, what else have I been playing? Obviously, like yes, if you don't know, I've been playing through Pokemon Blue, which is also kind of why I'm drawing Golbat here. Kind of became like a meme on stream where I have a Golbat, and Golbat has won some fights where it probably shouldn't have won, so it has gained the level of godhood. So basically, drawing Cat the Golbat at the moment. This line probably a little thicker. Don't need to rush. There we go. So it's like when I actually like take a second and slow down a little bit, things turn out a little better. Back wing will be a little thinner. They're pretty good. Let's add a little bit more thickness to the caboose here. Oops. Ugh. I think I'm going to change the leg up a little bit. I think I want it kind of facing out. Maybe like you know what? Not really liking that as much. Add a little color or line work to the tongue. So let me do some brainstorming here for a second. So the tongue would be probably coming out of this area here, right? The tongue's coming out of there. This side would be behind the tooth. I don't like this song. The ticking is making me anxious. But we'll turn off the music for a little bit. Alright. So, the center of the tongue would be kind of like here. Oops. Alright. How's that looking? Let's turn off the sketch layer. Looking alright. I need to correct, connect some of these lines. Yeah, I don't hate that. Not bad for like 30 minutes? we can add some color to it now, I think. A little bit of color as a treat. Um, to be simple, let's just grab an image. And I'll just like copy that color. That's what you do. Alright, so body color. Let's select. Oops. Just realize that that line's not connected. Whoopsie doodles. Remove that. Okay. So, select this layer. We'll highlight the body, the ears, the wing, ear, here, like so. You, um, and the little foots. Okay. So, grab the color. And we'll add the color in. Little flat marker. There we go. Okay. Looking pretty good for the base color. We'll do purple next for the wings. What am I drawing? I'm drawing Golbat. Basic Golbat with a tongue. Or like, more of, original Golbat. And then because a viewer mentioned it, they want me to draw abs on the tongue. Not sure how that's going to turn out, but I'm here to make cursed stuff. Yeah, so right now just adding like base color. Anything else needs to be purple? I don't think so. Yeah, just just the wings. Tongue is like a pinkish color. Can I get an image that has the color in the anime, like the tongue in the anime, or is that not doable? Go bat tongue, toe bat tongue. Uh, I feel like there were episodes of the anime where Golbat did have their tongue out. But you know what? Let's just take this purple, change it to pink a little bit, and we'll just use that. Pop, and pop, and pop, and bleh. Also, and tongue added. Um, we'll do like a dark gray for the mouth. Do like this gray here. What color are the? Oh, I guess the ears are technically purple. Uh, and, whoops. Actually, I feel like with the angle of the ear, that line doesn't need to be there. Um, okay. As I was, and there we go. Teeth will be white. Teeth and eyes. Probably a little off white. So it looks kind of natural. Uh, boop, 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 and boop. There we go. That's looking all right. I don't love the tongue. Tongues are weird. Never thought I would say this, but might have to draw more tongues. Yeah, don't love it, but it is getting to my wrap up time, so we'll just leave it. It's fine. So yeah, that's base color Golbat. We don't need the this layer anymore. We got all the colors that we need. Um, and another layer for shadowing. Okay. Uh, oops. You know what? Let's just go with the select tool. That makes it so if I go over a little bit, I'm not like having to clean up the mess. Yeah, that works. And then light would be kind of hitting here, so be a little bit of shadow probably down this way. Not getting fancy with this. Back the ear would probably have some shadow to it. Oh, that's not selected. Oh, well. Oops. Okay, turn the angle of this brush. Yeah, I can. Less thickness. Angle. Whoops. You know those moments where you're drawing, you just throw your page across the room. It's definitely more awkward now that I turned off the music. There we go. A little bit of shading to the foot. Okay. There's that. We'll now add a little bit of lighting to it. Yeah. Well, once again, I'm not getting fancy. You know, like if I wanted to get fancy, I could like try and be like super spot on with the lighting. I'm just being kind of rough. Grab, let's say the purple, lighten the purple up a little bit, add a little bit of highlights here and there, a little bit on the wing. A little bit of highlight in the ear. And tongue time. Oops. Not as white as I want it to be. There we go. All right. There's our Golbat. Like I could probably add some like shading to the teeth and stuff, but honestly, that, that's looking all right. You know. Let me. Um, oh yeah, I was also gonna add abs to the tongue. Um, Not really sure how to draw abs. How do you spell tongue? One of those words where like I know how to spell it, and then anytime I go to write it, my brain is like, is it with this or is it with that? Yeah, okay. Golbat. Yeah, well, oh, also I should probably lower the opacity of the shadow layer. Okay. Also, apparently, this is on the wrong layer. Half tongue. What's the date today? Yes. 20, 24. And we'll add a little bit of shading. into this monstrosity. Oh, since this is of the Golbat from my series, this is Cat the Golbat. That tongue. Yeah, I don't really know how to draw apps. For being perfectly honest, something I'll have to look into in the future. But I feel like this gets the point across. But yeah, thank you everyone who was hanging out today. Like honestly, I am shocked with how many people decided to show up for this silly little drawing stream. Like I am utterly shocked and humbled, honestly. Like I never expected to get so many people just coming to chill. We had a couple people just being idiots, but like you know, you always get like a couple bad eggs. But yeah, this was great stream. If anyone is still here, I'll be. I do stream 3 days a week, every Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Uh, I post like what I stream on my schedule on Twitch, and I'll also occasionally post it on Twitter. You don't need to follow me on Twitter though. You don't really need if you don't really use Twitter. I just I post like when I go live there, but it's not needed. But yeah, follow me on YouTube or on Twitch, and um yeah, I'm gonna wrap up here, and yeah, I'll be back Wednesday. Not sure what I'll be streaming Wednesday. I've been streaming Abiotic Factor, and I uh I might be stepping away from Abiotic Factor a little bit just to give people a break. I've been streaming it for like two, three, 2, 3 months. I think I'm up to like what, like episode like the how far am I into the Abiotic Factor? Uh, I'm up to the 12th stream of it, and they're all about 3 hours long. So I'm like 36 hours into the game or so. Thank you for the kind words. Um, but might step away from that a little bit, play something else. Maybe I'll come back to it later. So yeah, that's kind of the plan for Wednesday, and Thursday I'll probably continue my Pokemon Blue stream where you get to see the actual cat, the Golbat, kick ass. And then yeah, Fridays are like my whatever stream. So this Friday I decided to draw. Since people liked it, I'll probably draw next week as well. I tend to like sprinkle these in. They don't usually get a lot of attention, but hey, if people like them, I don't mind doing it. I like to draw. Maybe next week we'll do a bit more portrait stuff. Um, but yeah. Uh, with that said, be sure to follow me on Twitch, um, YouTube, all that fun stuff. If you have Twitter, follow me on Twitter. I post like when I go live and just occasional little tidbits here and there. But yeah, thank you for hanging out. I'm gonna sign off. I'll probably rate someone on Twitch if anyone's on. If not, I won't really worry about it. But yeah, thanks for hanging out. Bye for now.